children forms the focal point at the Ansarudin 27th Ramadan lecture. Permanent voter attack. Non-governmental organization collaborates FCT INEC, sensitizes Jikoi community. And Lokogoma residents appeal for infrastructure development in the area. Hello there, good evening. Thank you for joining us on the news desk of NTA Channel 5 Abuja. I am Tessie Omeri with the details, and we begin on religious notes. Parents and guardians have been advised to imbibe moral values in their children to enable them distinguish between right and wrong. This came to the front burner at the 27th annual Ramadan lecture of Ansarudin in Abuja. Hawa Gimba has details.
Sheikh Muhyiddin Ajani Bello there, taxing parents, particularly Muslim faithful, on the right way to discharge their responsibilities, especially on morals and values. He prayed to Allah for wisdom and ways of achieving them while speaking at the 27th annual Ramadan lecture with the theme, Ramadan, Family Value and Nation Building.
Why it is possible for us again to say that we want to build the nation again, that we have to close to the Almighty Allah.
Describing family as the smallest unit in a community which comprises of parents and children, other speakers say the current deplorable and moral decadence in today's society can be traced to family upbringing. They opine that this is a time to rebuild the nation through proper values and morals.
The leader leads by example, and I believe that if everybody takes this upon themselves at every level, then we'll be able to build a safe country.
Once you fear God, then you'll be able to instill disciplines on your children. This has to do with the responsibility.
NTA News.
The holy month of Ramadan is full of mercy, forgiveness, and repentance of sins. In this special report, again, Hawa Gimba takes a look at benefits and reward in the first 10 days of Ramadan.
The holy month of Ramadan is here again when Muslims are enjoined to fast. The Holy Quran says that fasting is prescribed unto believers to enable them get the maximum reward that comes with the blessed month of Ramadan. The first 10 days, which are in obedience to Allah, allows for His mercy, forgiveness, as well as pray for the bountiful blessings of Allah. Scholars speak further on the benefits and importance of the first 10 days.
The benefit of the first 10 days in the month of Ramadan is forgiveness. Washes away our sins, our shortcomings. There's this Yoruba poem, let me call it poem. Ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ Ramadanu àforíjì ni, àárín Ramadanu àánú mà ni, ìparí Ramadanu ìkẹ́ ìgẹ̀ ni. Beginning of Ramadan is forgiveness.
The first 10 days of Ramadan is full of mercy, is full of blessing from Almighty Allah. You cannot tell me everything that we say we want in this life, everything is surrounded by blessing and the mercy of Allah. That is the benefit of the first 10 days of Ramadan.
While taxing all the faithful to use the holy month of Ramadan to pray for the safety of the nation, scholars advise Muslims to ensure they preach the word of the Quran that will bring peace and harmony and not distraction to their community as well as the nation at large. Hawa Gimba, NTA News.
And away from religion matters, a one-day sensitization for voters ahead of General Election 2023 has been held for residents of Jikoi community in Abuja Municipal Area Council. Hadiza Ebony has more.
A non-governmental organization known as Better Nigeria Advocacy and Empowerment Initiative, in collaboration with the FCT INEC, has taken their awareness campaign on the use of permanent voter card to communities in the FCT, emphasizing the need for Nigerian citizens to register and own a voter card and exercise their franchise.
We're also telling the people that they must not sell their votes. They must defend it. They must vote their conscience. They should not allow anybody to buy their conscience.
We are using this opportunity to send message to the community to please encourage their people to come out en masse to pick their permanent voters card, and those that have not yet registered, they can as well come in.
The residents agree that desensitization is an eye-opener, enabling them to understand their constitutional role, which translates to a stable economy.
We really appreciate the sensitization. At least they're able to sensitize us how you can go about this, what do you call it, this PVC, thing. Like some of these are people who came, some of the participants, they don't know how to go about it.
With this teaching and empowerment, at least, I pray that they will do it as they teach us.
The non-governmental organization promises to take the awareness campaign to the 6 area councils of the FCT. Hadiza Ebuni, NTA News.
After several warnings for Nigerians to register and link their subscriber identity models with the national identity number, the federal government has started wielding the big stick by directing outgoing calls to be barred from unlinked lines. Framapangi reports on this development and its implications.
Available data shows that over 125 million subscribers' identification models, or SIMs, have had their national identification numbers, or NINs, submitted for linkage, verification and authentication, and NIMC has issued over 78 million unique NINs to date. Before now, government has emphasized on compliance to earlier directive mandating telecommunications companies to secure subscriber details by extending NIN SIM linkage to allow users meet up in spite of various complaints from data capture, overcrowded registration centers, and slow pace of entire process.
My phone number now is banned. I cannot call my parents to explain to them, see what is happening.
They will block our line. Yes, that is why MTN has been sending us message that we should go and do the thumb printing. Without that, you couldn't get it.
The Director General of NIMC maintains that the enrollment for NIN will be a continuous exercise, as it was a precondition for service in telecommunications companies, banks, Nigeria Immigration Service, and several other government agencies.
The responsibility of NIMC is to make sure that these services are available so that people can get to enroll and get their NIN so that they can submit for those that have not yet enrolled.
According to the Nigeria Communications Commission, at least 72.8 million subscribers risk being disconnected in Abuja. Framapangi, NTA News.
Now, litigation, which has hitherto been the principal method of resolving commercial disputes, is now being complemented by other methods of dispute resolution. Miriam Amadi in this report takes a look at how Alternative Dispute Resolution ADR has offered solution to faster resolution of justice than litigation.
Disputes are recurring decimal in human and commercial interactions. Even petty cases have a way of damaging relationships, consuming time and money, resulting in steady increase in litigations. That's why an alternative dispute resolution was put in place to ensure speedy resolution of justice. But how much do people know about ADR?
Resolving your problems amicably instead of opting to go to court. Cases whereby third parties can be involved, and this third parties usually comes in and is as a mediator.
I prefer to settle peacefully than going to court. It takes my time, it takes my money. Although I'm a lawyer, however, I still prefer settling out of court.
Multi-door courthouse concept is a form of alternative dispute resolution in which the parties select an alternative method of resolving a civil or commercial dispute without resorting to litigation. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, as amended, also gives constitutional backing to ADR. In Section 19, which provides for settlement of international dispute by arbitration, mediation, conciliation, negotiation, and adjudication. These methods of ADR, which are used in local courts, are believed to be cheaper, less formal, and faster than litigation.
Created an alternative dispute resolution to enable people move away from the usual rigor of litigation in terms of this time dispensation of justice, and it's supposed to be faster, which is actually true. You can dispense a case within a short period of time, and you know that if you have to go to a regular court, it could take you like 10 years, 20 years. We've seen cases that have lasted for like 40 years in court. But for ADR, yes, it has actually solved problem. I realize that Nigerians, for mediation, Nigerians prefer mediation to the core of arbitration, because mediation is a lot easier. It's suitable for a kind of environment.
ADR is not only considered of a solution as expected for dispute resolution, it also promotes friendliness and preserves the relationship between the parties.
What ADR does is that you willingly pay, you willingly do what you are supposed to do. It's from your heart, because the other party may bend a little for you. That's why there is always, people can always be friends.
ADR processes are not useful in all cases.
For criminal cases, if a crime has been committed and it is maybe injury or theft, you cannot go to ADR for those kind of cases.
But in Nigeria, ADR is becoming an acceptable method of resolving disputes. It is, however, not without disadvantages.
Well, when you talk about arbitration, because of the cost of arbitration, most people have found arbitration to be very expensive. You have arbitration that if you have an arbitration, you have 3 panel members, they are going to charge you according to the claim, total claim you are bringing before the arbitration. You also have to pay for the secretariat, you have to pay for the running cost, and you still have to pay your lawyers representing you in the arbitration panel. So for us, we'll be saying it's expensive. So they have to find a way to reduce the cost to enable Nigerians get used to that alternative dispute resolution of arbitration.
Findings have also shown that alternative dispute resolution is also beginning to be used in schools, where children are trained in mediation and conflict resolution skills, as well as in community settings. Miriam Amadi.
The FCT Ministerial Task Team on City Sanitation has commenced demolition of illegal structures in Basanjo after the expiration of 48 hours notice earlier served on the community. Onoze Yakubu tells us more.
Residential buildings, shanties and other illegal structures sitting on the right of way of the train track and pedestrian bridge in Basanjo community, close to the main gate of the local wing of the Abuja airport, have been demolished. Explaining the rationale behind the demolition, Director Development Control Department Mukhtar Galadima says there are about 350 demolished structures were part of the 500 uncontrolled developments marked for demolition in the area.
It's part of our regular exercise to sanitize the city, and then in furtherance of the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport expansion project being awarded by the Federal Executive Council. So all this uncontrolled development, we have to clear them before the commencement of the projects.
The Senior Special Assistant on Monitoring, Inspection and Enforcement to the FCT Minister Iharu Atta noted that the area has a multiple level of illegality.
You can see the train line here. This is the main train bridge connecting to the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. Behind the underneath here is full shanty. The whole community have turned to shanty, being a security threat to this place. You saw the gas station there just by the rail track here. In the advent of any bad guy want to blow it up, that is a very close chance for the devil to actually do something bad. The whole community here is wrongly built, defacing. If you are on the plane, what you see on the ground is not good at all.
Head of the community and some residents watched as their structures were pulled down.
What made the government, any place that they do anything like that, the government should put eye on it and
government should not allow anybody to enter the place.
Owners of the demolished structures are still counting their losses. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
You're still on to the news on NTA Channel 5 Abuja at 7. We have more reports. That will be after this break. Stay tuned.